Learn how to make the Counterchange Cross quilt block. In this video, we're going to show two methods how to do this. So the first method is the scrap method, and then the second method is just two colors, and we use a strip method to do that. These blocks right here are 6 inches. I'm going to show you how to make a 9-inch block. I will have a printable pattern that has 3 sizes that you can purchase to make them, and it will have both methods in that pattern. So to get started, we're going to need 2 squares of fabric. These are 2 inches. These are of just 2 colors, scrappy colors. And then we'll have our 2 squares that are background that are also 2 inches. Next we will need some rectangles, and these are just 4 different rectangles that we have. The sizes for these are 2 by 3.5. So we'll have 4 just random colors. I just went through some scrap fabric that I had to make these. So just use whatever you have. You'll also need 4 squares of the background fabric. These are 2 by 3.5. And then lastly, we will need 2 squares of colored fabric that are 3.5 and 2 background squares that are 3.5. So to get started, we're going to take our large squares and set them aside. We won't need those for a while. Let's just begin with our small squares here. So these are 2 inches. We're going to take them and place them right sides together with each color paired up with a background fabric, and we will just take and stitch 1/4 of an inch away from one side. Okay, we're going to take these and we're going to press them. I am going to press them towards the color. Okay, so we have our 2 strips here. We're going to flip one so that the colors are opposing and the background fabric are opposing, and we will just make a little 4 patch here. So I'll just take these over to the sewing machine and stitch right along this side right here. So this is one of those blocks where there are lots of points matching up together. So it is very important to nest your seams so that you can get those points to match up nicely. So the way that we press them both towards the color made it so that our seam nested. So we have one facing one way, one facing the other way, and then it matches up nicely when we open the square. So for a 4 patch, the way that I like to press them open, let me just zoom in here a little bit, is I like to turn it to the back side, and then I just fiddle with the middle square where all the seams meet. We're going to fiddle with it until it kind of opens up and creates a little mini 4 patch here. Just like that. And then we will press it like that. So one seam will be one way, one seam will be another way, but this just allows the bulk to be separated a little bit, and it will lay a little nicer. Okay, so we have our center 4 patch. Now let's work on making our side pieces. So we're going to be making these units right here. We'll take our 4 rectangles that are colorful, we'll take them and we'll pair each of them with a background color, place it right sides together, and stitch along the long edge. And we'll do that for all of our rectangles. Okay, so I am going to arrange my block. I'm doing this before I press the seams because the way that these lay on the back, we want to just make sure that they nest. So I'm going to lay them out in a pleasing manner so that they look how I want them to look. They're not wanting to stay open here. So another thing I want to take into consideration as I'm doing this is my large squares. So I just don't want to make sure, since I have some of these that are the same fabric, I want to make sure that this piece is not like right next to that one. I would recommend not having double of any color that you put in the middle, because then it will line up like that. And I made that mistake on both of my blocks, but that's just how it goes. It's okay. Okay, so we're going to look at this block. This one is facing towards the white. So we want to make sure that this block faces towards the right, the white as well. So we'll just take our ironing mat and we will press that one so that it faces to the white. So that then that one, when we place them right sides together, they will nest up nicely. So I'll just kind of go around the 4 sides and make sure that they are pressed so that they will nest. Okay, so we have our block all laid out. We'll just take our top row. We're just going to sew this like a 9 patch. So I'm going to take the top row, place the pieces right sides together, stitch, then I'll add this one, and then we'll come back and get the next rows. Okay, so we have our 3 rows sewn together. Next we will just press them. I'm going to grab the middle piece and I'm going to press this strip with the seams towards the outer blocks. Just like that. And then I will take the top and the bottom and we will press those towards the middle. Then we can get our seams to nest. Okay, so we'll grab our top row, place it right sides together on the middle row. We will nest up our seams and we will stitch along the edge. All right, so we've got our block all put together. We're just going to give it a quick press here. Okay, so that is how you make the Counterchange Cross quilt block using the scrappy method. Okay, so now let's make the block using the strip method. So this method, you will just need 2 colors of fabric and then they will just interlock and create this woven look. So we're going to start with 2 squares of fabric of the color, red in this case. These are 3.5 inches. And then we're going to also need 2 squares that are 3.5 inches of the background color. Then we're just going to need 2 long strips. So we have one here, this one is red, and then we have our white. These are 2 inches by 18.5 inches. Now I've added just a little bit of wiggle room there so that when we trim them up, we have a little bit of room. So we're going to take our 2 long strips, we'll place them right sides together, and we will just stitch along one edge here. Okay, we have our strips sewn together. Let me just grab our ironing mat here and we're going to press these open. I'm going to press towards the colorful fabric here. Okay, so next, let me just grab my cutting mat here. We are going to trim these up to the different sizes that we will need. So we're going to need 2 strips that are, let me just look at my notes here, 2 that are 2 inches square. So I'm just going to use my small little cutting mat here. I'm going to start on one end and just make sure that it's square. It looks like it is perfect, but normally it's not. So I would just trim off the edge a little bit here, but I'm going to start on this edge because it looks like it's really straight here. And then we just want a 2-inch square. So I am lining up this one of these lines with the seam here, and then I'm lining up the edge with the 2-inch mark. Then I'm going to go ahead and slice that, and we'll create 2 little strips like that. Those are going to be our center pieces. So we'll just make one more. Okay, and then for our rectangle, or I guess our side pieces right here, they need to be 3.5 inches. So again, I'm just lining up one of the lines on the ruler with the seam, and then I'm lining up the edge of the fabric with the 3.5 inch marking. So we'll just go ahead and cut this, and we're going to need 4 like this. So there's 1. 2. 3. And then 4, and this is where I've left a little bit of wiggle room if you needed to trim the other side and you need to trim this side to make sure that they're perfectly square. You have just a little bit of extra, and that's just to make sure everything lines up straight. Now it's time to make our 4 patch. So we'll take our 2 little squares or 2 little strips here. We're going to place them so that the colors are opposite each other and the background is opposite of each other. Then we'll place them right sides together and we will stitch along one side. Okay, and then I'll show you one more time how I like to press open these 4 patches. It might be a little easier to tell with this big contrast in fabric color. So I'm just going to take, oh, that one opened up real easy, but so you can see how it just creates this little 4 patch here on the back side. Just this little 4 patch, and that's what you want. And then these seams will face opposite directions, and we'll just flatten that out with our iron. Okay, so now we are ready to assemble our block. We have our 4 patch here. We're going to take our large squares and we're going to place them so that all of the red is in a diagonal line here. So we have our large square, our 2 small squares, and another large square. Then we'll place our remaining white squares and we'll have another chain going this direction. And then we're just going to place our center pieces, and we'll just want to make sure that each square or each color is surrounded by a background. So you just make sure you don't want it like this. You just want to rotate them around so that they, you know, every other block is red, white, red, white. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at how our seams are going to nest, so that when we look at the back of this, some of the seams are pressed towards the red and some are pressed towards the white. So that's going to affect these. So when we did our big long strip, we pressed everything towards the red. But some of them, these 2 on the sides, it could be different depending on how you arrange this center block. But for me, the one on the side, you can see they're both facing the same direction. So I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to switch my pressing here. You don't have to do this. I just really like my seams to nest because it just makes the block turn out nicely. So if you want to skip this and just finger hold things in place, you're welcome to do that. I just find that it's so much, I get much more accurate seams when I nest them. So now everything should be lined up so that the seams are opposite each other. Okay, so at this point we'll just do it like a 9 patch, just like the other one. Okay, so there we have our 3 strips, and we'll just give them a press. The center strip, I'm going to press the seams towards the edge. And then the top and bottom I will press towards the middle. Again, this is just so that we can nest our seams, which you know I'm a big fan of. Okay, and then we'll just arrange our block one more time, make sure it's all in the right order. And then we'll just take these over to the sewing machine, right sides together, stitch along the side, nesting the seams as we go. Okay, so laugh with me, but I stitched this the wrong way. So this bottom strip I had facing the wrong direction. If that happens to you, just unpick it and redo it. Okay, so that is how you make the Counterchange Cross quilt block using the strip method. So I really kind of like the two-tone look of this, and it's really easy to do if you use that strip method. But of course you can also do it using the scrappy method. My suggestion is to pick some fabrics that may be a little bit bolder than these ones so they don't just blur into the background, but it's super cute as well. So go ahead and check out my printable pattern that you can purchase. It has the 3 different sizes. So it has the 6-inch size, 9-inch size and also a 12-inch size, and it also has both the methods for the scrappy method or the strip method to make the block.